Yeah, the surprise show. You know, we get to do a lot of fun stuff at CMA Week, but I always feel like you know, I always feel like there's more we can do, right? You're never quite satisfied. You know what I mean? You always want to play more, and that was kind of something we've always talked about doing, and Samson kind of helped us put it together in a really cool sort of way, easy way to do it, I guess. And yeah, we got to play another show, and it was nice because, you know, we hadn't really played a lot this week. That was kind of a nice way for us to get to jam a little bit. And yeah, I mean, we got to do the Riverfront thing last year. This was kind of another version of that, our acoustic set. You know, yeah, it was fun. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
I know your fans are called Maniacs, and I'm just curious, are you ever shocked or blown away by the extent of their maniacism or their...
I've never heard that word. That's new. Shocked. I mean, yeah. We have a lot of folks that this year have racked up some impressive numbers already on show attendance, which is pretty awesome. It's mind blowing, and it's really cool. You know, it never fails to actually really kind of, I don't know how to say this, but I guess it's surprising, really, especially when you talk about you know, invisible. I think some of the most life-changing moments have happened this year for me. The stories that we've heard, the things that I've gotten to talk to fans about, the kinds of conversations that I've been able to have at meet and greets have been absolutely life-changing. In a very profound way, I've gotten to talk to them one-on-one about the song, about their life. I've learned a lot about them that I didn't know, and you know, it's moments like that, I think. I mean, we've talked about it. You've all heard me say the whole soundtrack thing. You know, you want your record to be a soundtrack for somebody. Invisible brought me closer to that dream, and so much closer to that dream. And it really, I don't know, it opened the door for me, I guess lyrically, to feel like maybe I found an even more vulnerable and honest and open line of communication, I guess, you know. Yeah.
Hey, so you're not playing on 4th of July, so how do you have to celebrate that holiday? What are you going to be doing?
Celebrate the 4th of July.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we're not playing on the 4th of July. Last year, though, we weren't playing on the 4th of July until the 4th of July, and then we were. So that could very well happen again, and I'm totally open to that. I don't know. I guess I don't really know how to celebrate other than having a show, because that's what I'm used to doing. So maybe this year is my first year to actually celebrate without having a show, which might be kind of weird, actually. We might have to book a show on 4th of July. I kind of feel uncomfortable knowing that now. Because that is my way of celebrating everything. Yeah, for sure. 4th of July, New Year's, you name it. Easter. Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what it's like playing at the CMA Fest in front of the stadium crowd.
The CMA Fest, you know, there's always sort of that fingers crossed, prayer set moment of hope that maybe you'll get to play at Delphi Field, right? And then when it's announced, then it's official. It's just like, yes, you know, because it's the biggest party, right? It's the biggest part of. I mean, it's the biggest concert venue, I think, here at the festival, obviously. Yeah, the energy in the stadium is just it's the best of all the worlds, right? You got so many people, but you're still outside. You know, you don't feel like you're in this really quiet arena. You're like outside in this like party atmosphere, kind of festival-esque, right? Festival-ish, or whatever you want to call it. And I've always, you know, I love playing outdoors for that reason, for that energy. You know, we've completely redesigned our show for the summer, which we get to start building that show on Monday. And new production, new show. So this is kind of prior to that. So it's a nice little warm-up as far as for the set itself. But even disregarding that, the amount of energy that happens on stage in Delphi Field for CMA Fest is unparalleled. Even as much energy as happens in a lot of stadium shows, because there's 45, 50,000 people. There's something really magical about CMA Fest, you know, because CMA Fest just is magical in general, just all week long. And I think this is kind of the biggest celebration of that happens all week. Yeah. Am I picking?
No, we'll get Joyce and then we'll do
Okay.
one more George.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. No, I just wanted to make sure I didn't like overstep my boundaries. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
So when you're out there playing all those fairs and festivals this summer, you're gonna be able to get like everything fried on a stick. Do you have a guilty pleasure fair?
I was like, we went from music to food. Guilty pleasure? As far as specifically speaking to
Like
summer?
if you're out at these summer, you can get food at these fairs and festivals that you
Yeah.
can't ever get anywhere else.
Oh yeah.
So I just wondered if there's anything like, are you a funnel cake guy? Do you, like, is there anything like that? You look
No, I will use any excuse there is to just have a burger. And when I'm on tour, like when we're doing the arena tour or whatever, you know, everything's catered, everything's nice. You have your healthy options, so you kind of don't, you know, you kind of have to eat healthy if it's there. You know what I mean? But during the summer, we're just like, no, don't worry about any of that stuff. We'll just do, you know, we'll just have fun with it. You know, and you just get the best. It's just like, I don't know, just anything that's there. Yeah.
Last question with George.
I
Sure.
haven't talked to you since the 10 shows in 10 cities and 24
Aha.
hours thing. Can you give us a little wrap up on that? And just what was it like around 2 o'clock in the morning when you were, I think, in New Jersey somewhere?
Hell, like this, just with your eyes barely open. It was a blast, man. I, with all the sincerity in the world, that was one of my favorite memories ever touring, period. I want to do it again so bad, but I'm so cautious to say that because I'm not by any means announcing it, and my team will, yeah, it's going to take a lot to do it again. But it was so much fun. I mean, you know, I felt silly every time somebody asked me if I was prepared, you know, because I wasn't. But at the same time, like I kept saying this before, and I sort of asking myself after I'd say it, you know, are you sure? You know, I kept, you know, and the truth is, every time we finish a show, we get back in the bus and we look forward to tomorrow. We want to play again. The reason I was so excited about, you know, 10 shows in 24 hours was because that is like the ultimate version of, hey, let's do that again. And it was so much fun, and it was so much fun. I think it was more fun than we even anticipated it would be, because, you know, there was a lot less stress than we were anticipating. And there was, you know, we were actually ahead of schedule. I know nobody necessarily probably wants to hear that because that's not necessarily that much, you know, whatever. But we were so far ahead of schedule. It was just like we almost added an 11th show. In fact, we booked it, and we decided at the last minute that it probably wasn't a good idea. So, but we came so close to doing it because everything was going so well. The response was brilliant. And I had an absolute blast, man. It was brilliant. The only time, and I knew this, I knew there would be a window. And staying up 24 hours, there's always like this 4-hour window where your body's like, you're supposed to go to sleep now. You know that, right? And you're sort of arguing with yourself, like, no, I'm fine. And I started to take a nap in that period, and I said, no, if I go to bed, I'm going to fall asleep, and I'll be completely drowsy for the rest of the trip. So I did. I took naps earlier in the process, and then once it got about, you know, halfway through the process, I said, okay, I can't like take naps, I can't like zone out anymore, I gotta stay on it. And I didn't have coffee until about, I think, show 6 or 7, intentionally. I wanted to kind of pace myself there too. And I waited for the last minute for a lot of the sort of, you know, sort of vocal, or whatever, the energy, sort of, you know, whatever, all the stuff. I just tried to pace myself as much as possible because I knew that time would come, and it did, around exactly 2 o'clock in the morning to about, what was it? Well, it was about until 5, really. There was this complete exhaustion stage of like, I really should go to sleep right now and take a nap, but I knew that I'd just completely pass out. So